Hey guys, this is the Christian Atheist coming at you. Just some disturbing news today. A pastor named Sean Harris has an audio that's going around YouTube where he's basically talking about how if your little son or daughter is gay or acting gay, to basically beat the gay out of them. He says things like if your little son that's 4 years old puts on a dress, that instead of taking pictures or taking a video and putting it up on YouTube, that you need to squash that behavior like a cockroach or something like that. Also, another specific thing, and I will put the link in on the description that you can go and hear that yourself. But he says if as soon as you see your son with a limp wrist, to basically break it, break that limp wrist. And he also mentions, and I think he's talking about kind of like a little, I'm hoping that he's talking about kind of a rough but friendly punch, but he does mention giving your son a punch. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt there, that he's speaking of that kind of a punch. I hope he's not talking about just beating the crap out of your son to get the gay out of him. So, wow. So what do you say? A couple questions that I have is wearing a dress or not wearing a dress as a 4-year-old, does that have anything to do with being a man? Does the way he says stuff like have your son go out and dig a ditch, because that's what real men do, and that's a couple of the ideas that he talked about. He also mentions stuff about daughters, if they're being too butch, that they need to dress up and be pretty and be attractive and smell like girls and stuff like that. So the thing with the boys really got me, though. So I have a son who is an amazing young man who has, both of my sons have had dresses on playing with their sisters and let their sisters dress them up, or, and yeah, we took pictures, and I don't know if we have any video of it, but that would be awesome if we did. And so the questions that are in my mind, and with a lot of men that talk like this, and I've never heard it towards younger kids, but I would really ask you guys, if you think being a man has anything to do with the way you hold your wrist or what you're wearing, I have a big problem with that, because being a man, and I'm learning this myself, has nothing to do with any of that stuff. It does have nothing to do with the way you talk, the way you are flamboyant or not. It has nothing to do with that. Being a man is about being a loving, respectable person who cares and cherishes the women in their life and is good to the men in their life, respectful, honorable, a great friend. A man is so many things. That has, I'm sorry, if it really bugs me if you think that your kid needs to act a certain way to be a man by digging a ditch. I would trade a manly man who knows how to dig a ditch and who speaks like you, Mr. Sean Harris. I don't even know your name. I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that this is totally out of context and stuff. I've heard the audio and it doesn't sound like that. But I would go a step further and take a homosexual young man over you. And I have met many, many homosexual men who are very honorable, and I would choose them as friends and more manly than what you're talking about. So anyways, I apologize as a Christian. I do apologize as a father also. I apologize to any young men that have ever been treated like this by their fathers or anyone else, their pastors. And I totally, utterly go against Mr. Harris here. And I apologize. This is horrible, and it's not okay. And I think we as Christians need to speak up and say no to people like this. And I'm sorry, this is not the love of God. There is no even scriptural references for, I mean, I don't know. Okay. I don't even know what to say. So anyways, what do you guys think? You know, what is being a man? What does that boil down to? What does that have to do with a 4-year-old dressing up? I mean, I think it's actually more manly to be able to do that. And so anyways, yeah. All right, that's it. Adios.